Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. Some massive news for the Texas Tech Red Raider fans as Micah Hudson, five-star wide receiver in the 2024 class, commits to the Texas Tech Red Raiders. This is the highest commitment in Texas Tech program history. And quite frankly, this is something we've talked about a lot. This is why you brought Joey McGuire in. Not only is he a phenomenal football coach, I think instilling a really, really special culture in this Texas Tech program, but he is an ace recruiter, especially in the state of Texas. And you talk about allowing this program, this Texas Tech program, to reach new heights. It starts at the talent acquisition phase and kind of landing some of these top players in the state of Texas. And not many players better in the state than Micah Hudson, the number 2 player in the state of Texas, according to the 24/7 Sports Composite. Now, before we get into Micah Hudson, just want to say thank you to you guys. The support from the Texas Tech fans truly does mean a lot. You guys checked out all our game previews for the Wyoming game, the Oregon game, and it's no secret I'm really high on this program, not only in 2023, but the future of this program under Coach Joey McGuire. He's doing a phenomenal job. So if you do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. I was actually on my way to my buddy's house to watch some Monday Night Football. Saw this pop up on my phone, turned the car around, wanted to talk Micah Hudson because this is something that we've talked about all offseason when we talk Texas Tech football, and that is Joey McGuire, one, surrounded himself with phenomenal coaching staff. And he's a Zach Kittley. You talk about recruiting the offensive side of the ball. There's got to be a lot of wide receivers and quarterbacks that want to play in this Zach Kittley offense. It's an aggressive offense. It lets these playmakers go out and be playmakers. And that's probably why you're landing a guy like Micah Hudson. It's this program is trending in the right direction, and it's trending in the right direction quickly. Now, I know it's the 2 really tough losses, that Oregon game, an absolute heartbreaker in Lubbock last Saturday, but these type of commitments, I think, show where this Texas Tech program is going under Coach Joey McGuire. Again, you're already seeing the culture. You're seeing winning on the field. Now you got to follow it up with acquiring the talent. Coach Joey McGuire taking care of business in that section as well. You take a look at the schools they beat out for Micah Hudson: Texas Longhorns, Oklahoma Sooners, my Michigan Wolverines. Pretty much every team in the country wanted a wide receiver like Micah Hudson, and that's because he's one of the more special prospects in this class. Now, to get into his game, we're going to dive into the film a little bit in a second, but to sum up Micah Hudson and why he's so special: 6 foot, 190 pounds, good speed, but what separates him, and again, what you see kind of separate a lot of wide receivers at the top level, his movement skills, absolutely off the chart. One of the smoothest movers in this class. Talk about looking at the receivers that are making it happen at the college level, making it happen at the NFL level. Guys like Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp, the guys who know how to run routes, get in and out of their breaks. Micah Hudson is that type of wide receiver. Now, the high school recruiting world sometimes gets wrapped up in verified testing. How fast can you run in a straight line for 100 meters? And don't get me wrong, like, top end speed is important. That being said, what I think sometimes people forget is you got to be able to change direction. You got to be able to get in and out of your breaks, create separation. That's where Micah Hudson really excels, but that's not all he excels. He's extremely good after the catch. 6 foot 190. I mean, he could be playing running back. It's kind of a running back frame, and you see that when he gets the football in his hands. So hard to bring down. His ability to shake defenders after the catch, it's at another level. And the last cherry on top, and again, this is why he's a 5-star wide receiver, why he's one of the best prospects in the country. His body control at the catch point, it's next level. I mean, like, anything 50-50 balls, even with him only being 6 foot, they're not 50-50 balls. His ability to go up, make some circus level catches, have that body control, have that catch combat ability, that's what separates him. You look at every trait that you want in a wide receiver, Micah Hudson has a lot of those traits, right? Body control, movement skills, route running, yards after the catch, checks so many boxes, a massive, massive get for Texas Tech. Now, I want to get into the film. You guys can hear me talk about it all day. I've watched this film a bunch. Again, a Michigan target. I'm familiar with Micah Hudson. Let's fire it up. And the first thing you're going to see, the body control and just the hands that I'm telling you about. I mean, insane, incredible circus catch. When that football's in the air, like, Micah Hudson is coming down with it. But the next thing you're going to see, his ability after the catch, lining up in the backfield, little swing pass, whole defense knows it's going to him. It really doesn't matter. And you look at how smooth he is, just getting in and out, making people miss. No verified like track times from back till he was a freshman, but you see the speed. Like, you don't have any question about his top end speed. Catching a short little drag route here, he's going to make people miss, bounce off some tackles. He is so smooth in and out of his breaks, making people miss. Again, his movement skills, I think, are at another level. He has the long speed to kind of finish these kind of plays too. Everything you want in a wide receiver, Micah Hudson has. He's got the Garrett Wilson comp. I can see it. He's a little thicker than Garrett Wilson. Again, contact balance is insane. Legitimately looks like a running back out there with how smooth he is after the catch. Everything you want. And again, in that Zach Kittley offense, with all that space that he's going to be able to operate in, you got to be so excited about just force feeding Micah Hudson, get him the football in space, and watch good things happen. Here he is getting it done on special teams as a punt returner. Again, any way you can manufacture touches for a guy like Micah Hudson, you got to be doing that. And this is really the crown jewel of this Texas class in 2024. And quite frankly, the crown jewel for the next couple of years for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Here he's working as a running back. I said running back build. He looks like a running back. He runs the ball like a running back, but runs routes like a wide receiver. You can get creative with how you want to use a guy like Micah Hudson. And what's even more, I mean, here you go. Just track a ball. Go up and get it. Like, he, at the catch point, watch that one again. Freeze frame it here. Like, just high point in that football. Looks so comfortable going up. You should check his senior tape out too, because he is getting it done as a senior as well. What I want to kind of end it on is looking at what Joey McGuire is doing, especially in the state of Texas, and going back to why you hired Joey McGuire in the first place. Texas Tech, surrounded by so much talent, and historically going to the Texas Longhorns, going to Texas A&M, getting out of state to Oklahoma, they brought Joey McGuire in to lock down the state of Texas, start winning some of those recruiting battles. And I don't think there's any more obvious of a win than landing Micah Hudson, who everyone in the country wanted, including Texas A&M, including the Texas Longhorns. Now, what's really special about this 2024 class, you have Will Hammond in there too, who's one of the best quarterbacks in this class, really good athlete, Elite 11 finalist. You look at this class, only 19 commits. A lot of those teams in the top 20 of the recruiting rankings have over 20, around 25 commits. They only have 19 commits. I think Texas Tech still has some players to land. Already sitting at a top 30 overall ranking. Would not be surprised to see Texas Tech kind of get into that top 25, maybe even top 20 ranking. And again, that's what you brought in Coach McGuire to do. And you look at the Big 12, like that, this is a conference that, for me, I think that could be Texas Tech's conference in the next couple of years. You start winning games. You have a coach in Joey McGuire who's instilling a good culture, who can bring in the talent. This is exactly what you wanted if you're a Texas Tech fan. I'm absolutely thrilled for the program. The Texas Tech fans have shown so much love to the boys. So again, appreciate you guys rocking with the fellas. If you enjoy the updates, you enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. Appreciate y'all checking the fellas out, and we'll talk to y'all later. Peace.